Do you remember the first ever house you built in Minecraft? Now, after all these years of playing, you've grown a lot more in your building skills. And have you ever thought of how you would rebuild that first ever house you built? I've been posting videos to YouTube for 12 years, and going back to those videos, I go through the same thoughts in my head. How would I rebuild that today? All right, so I have a couple rules for this video. First things first, I must keep the original shape of the build, so I can't be adding a bunch of crazy stuff onto it or making it look like a completely different build. I have to keep the original shape, which is gonna be difficult for builds like this. I must use every block that is already in the build. I can add other blocks as well, but I must use every block that is present. So this building behind me is gonna be annoying, but I have to use every single block in it. And then finally, my last rule is do not get too reminiscent. And that one shouldn't be too hard. All right, so this first build comes from literally like one of my first ever videos on YouTube 12 years ago. What is this? What was I thinking with this brick awning? Oh my word. Compared to stuff like this and this one shouldn't be too bad. So I would say this is like middle of the road.
Hey guys, welcome to another survival multiplayer series.
Oof. Guys, do not make fun of me. This was like 11 years ago. Also, the Bandicam? Yeah, that's Bandicam.
Get twowed. So anyways, we're gonna be making a basement down here.
So I have to keep the shape. I cannot break rule 1. So I will have some sort of awning here. I'm just not going to use these bricks, okay? All right, I then tried to fix the awning by adding some fireplaces. It definitely looks a lot better than the bricks, that's for sure. Moving on, I tried to just add some sort of outline with this wood to make the oak wood feel a little bit more distinct, kind of make the shape a little bit more obvious within the build. Added a little balcony here on top. I thought that would look nice. So I want to add some sort of separator to kind of add something interesting to this build, because so far it's looking okay. Added some round corners to make it look a little bit better. But I want to add something that can just spice things up just a little bit. A lot of wood here besides the entrance, so I want to add some more stone to complement the entrance. So let's do that right now. That looks a lot better. I like that. I potentially want something, put some spruce here just to make it pop up a little bit on top. But I want to keep the roof as flat as I can. Yeah. Looks a lot better. I like that. All right, now I wanted to add some details and decor just to make it look a little bit more lived in, make it feel alive. Added some trees here in front of the glass panes. Tried to make the entrance look better, but then I just got rid of that. Added some lanterns, and yeah, I think it's looking pretty good so far. All right, so this is my first rebuild I have done so far. This is the before and this is the after. Let me know in the comments what you guys would have done differently. I had no clue what to do with this awning. This is the best I could do. If I spent a little bit more time, I probably could have made it look a little bit better, but this is what I did. So I definitely made the most accidental face on the back. Look at that. It's even got like the hair floop going up right there. That's awesome. Now, the only thing that I am missing is a brick. Or the bricks. Okay. I liked it the way before. Where can I add these? Thought I would find a spot here, but I just could not figure out where I put the bricks. So I decided to make the floor the bricks and surround the building with this just to make it stand out a little bit more and just to add that nice texture. And I like it a lot. Okay. A lot better. I like it. First house complete. I have no clue what to do with this. Who would make something like in this shape? I want to go through the thought of like what kind of building this could look like. This could look like a store. Let's check out the clip for this video, shall we? This is literally the audio from the video. If you listen closely, you could actually hear me talking. No clue what to do with this. Let's get started. I'm just shooting from the hip, so we'll see how this goes. This is actually gonna be such a challenge. This was like the one I was looking forward to the least. Okay, but that's just not the original shape. No way. Is this off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. Oh, it totally is off. Okay, that should be right now. I feel like you can't go wrong with the spruce door most of the time. Sometimes you can. This might be an instance of that where you can go wrong. It's just a little boring. Don't like that. What do I do? All right, that looks good actually. I like that. I like even just like the handlebars, how they're more yellow, but still I like it. One caveat to the rules is adding a roof does not change the shape. I believe that the roof is the most defining and also scary part of a build. I'm terrified of roofs. This one was easy, but this one's gonna be a little bit harder because like, what do I what do I do here? I'm going to do my very best to break this up and not make it just one long roof. All right, in an attempt to not make my roof a very long looking thingy, I want to break it up by adding a roof that kind of faces out here. And then I'm going to connect one on the side, making it go the other way. If that, I don't even know how to I don't know how to do any roofs, but this is my best attempt at this roof. I think it looks okay. Adding some texture here into the roof, making it look a little bit more worn and lived in. Added a window to the top. Wanted to add some more trap doors. Realized I don't like those trap doors. I switched them to these trap doors. Realized I don't like those trap doors, so I got to add some copper ones. I didn't like the bottom ones though, so I'm going to get rid of those and leave the ones on top, because why not? Got rid of the glass on the outside, filled in some holes and places that needed to be filled. Added some leaves to the bottom here and threw a chimney on top and did this. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. Added a chimney on top, put some leaves on top of the roof, and it's looking good. Yeah. All right, so this is what I'm ending the build with. Is this the original shape? Yes, I think so. Adding the roof is part of the rules, so we added a roof on top, making it look a little bit more like a house, because I'm not even sure I finished this original build back in the day, but this is what it looks like now, and I think it looks pretty good. With what I had, I literally had no clue what to do, so this is not a bad build in my opinion, and yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let me get rid of this. The village is looking good so far right now. This is what we have, and it's looking good. I don't know. Like these houses here, God takes our old selves and turns them into new creations through Jesus Christ's work on the cross. He has done this for me and he can do it for you. All you have to do is trust that Jesus died for the sins of the world and you will be saved. Join me in this new life. All right, now it's on to this house. Here's the clip from this house and me. I did a speed build of this house. It was literally the entire video. So yeah, here's the clip of me building that. All right, so for this build, I feel like I almost want to flip-flop these blocks here. Yeah, I think that'll look, and actually that doesn't look great. So I'm gonna put it back. Because there is a roof on this building, I am going to try and keep this roof how it is, because literally all my other ones do not have roofs. I did not want to build roofs, and that's why I suck at them today, because I just did not build roofs back in the day. I want to do something with this. I almost, bless you. All right, yeah, that looks good. I like that. That little, this kind of like deck area or front porch type thing looks really good. Does that look okay with those stairs there? I don't love that. What if I did almost like a step up into the house almost? Is that like super weird? That this almost seems like cursed. I don't know. This seems so cursed. Yeah, that's just not very pleasant. I'm getting rid of that. Sorry you guys even had to like think about the concept of that. Maybe I'll just do some slabs up there. Slabs don't look that bad. Extending this portion, kind of turning it into a deck area is nice. Now I would like to add the fireplace awning. All right, how does that look? How would I feel about stripped spruce? I think I like it. Let's do the good old reliable here with kind of the texturing that we did in the last build. Let's see how this looks. This might be not very good. That looks good. Just to be aware too, I'm not like the best builder. There's definitely better ways, better stuff to be doing, but this is what I would do today. So I'm showing kind of how my build skills have grown through the years. All right, adding that mud brick looks so much better for the ground, and it honestly did a lot of work for this house. That's the type of stuff we need to do in order to create depth for this house. So yeah, let's do more of that around the sides as well. But for keeping the roof how it is, I honestly love this. It looks really good. Help me with depth. How can I change this roof and how can I add a little bit more depth to it? I like this. I'm glad I added this. More stuff like this would have been perfect. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys would have done differently with this build. And now let's just move on on to the next one. All right, so I totally wasn't recording this one, but thankfully this is the one that I already did on my shorts page on this channel. So if you want to watch a full build of this, you can check it out. I changed quite a few things like the roof and added this, but kind of my overall like process of it was used on that short. So make sure to go check that out. I totally completely forgot to record this, but I kept the leaves here. I added a lot of the darker woods. The roof, I decided to do, this was kind of something I want to just play around with. I don't know if it looks the best, but this is kind of what I would do today. I don't know. I like to add roof things. That's kind of that's something that I've been like really wanting to tackle more often, is just adding some like roof, like a wizard's tower or some sort of like overhang or opening. So sorry about not recording it. I completely messed that one up. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't check, and this is what happens. This is how the build turned out. Hope you guys like it, and yeah, let's move on to the next and final build. All right, so now it's time to work on this building right here, and this is the one I've been most nervous about. Here's the clip of this. It's not the best footage, but the rest haven't been the best either. I did not do future me a favor. Let's just say that.
How to get up here? Boop. The way to get up here.
So let's just get right into this build. And for this final build, we're going to play my favorite song. Cue it. Something that was in the rules that I stated earlier was that I don't have to use the full block. I can turn it into stairs or slabs or something as long as I keep that type of wood or block. That being said, I'm going to get rid of all the wood in this build and just use the stairs and slabs for the wood. All right, if that makes sense, let's keep going. I start the build by replacing the bottom with stone bricks, doing this cool pattern on top, and adding diorite to the next layer. I want to create a gradient by adding different light colored blocks similar to the color of diorite. I've never really done a gradient before, so I wanted to try it in this build. Then I make the fire escape for the entrance on top because that's what the original build had, and I wanted to honor the source material. Looking good so far. Then I started on the roof, and I went for a high pointed type roof. I've never done one of these before, but I really liked how it turned out. Then I lowered the upper entrance just because it was interfering with the roof that I was putting on top. After that, I started a part that sticks out with a roof on top, and I thought that just added so much character to this build, and it looks so good. I'm so happy how it turned out. Added some windows to the top because they are the eyes to the house. Building the roof now, added the glowstone where the glass is, and this is looking so good so far. Filled in some divots in the inside just to add some texture, and it's looking great. I love the way this turned out. All right, so I'm gonna call it on this one. There's definitely like little bits and bobs that I could add here and there, but right now I think this is the end product for this build. I hope you guys like this. We have all of the blocks from the last build within it. I have no clue where to put the spruce log, so I just put it right there as part of the stand for the way to get up to the top floor. It might be kind of lazy, but it's not laziness. I just have no idea where to put that block. So we're going to leave it there for now. It doesn't look terrible there. Believe it or not, I've never actually built to this scale. This is a lot bigger than it looks. I've never done a roof like this with like the high pitched roof here. This was kind of my fire escape here. It's not the best, but I feel, oh, don't look at that. That's most definitely how I would build that today. Do you remember the first house you ever built in Minecraft? Maybe you should do it justice and hop onto a world right now to rebuild it with the skills you've gained all the years you've invested into this game. We have all come a long way from our first house in Minecraft, but that house was the catapult for where you are today. Be thankful for the dirt hut or wooden box that you came from, because it has shaped you into the person you are today. Thank you all so much for watching. Wow, thank you all so much for staying to the end. I appreciate those who've stuck around. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'm so stoked to be able to put this video out for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to be looking out for the next video, as I hopefully will be posting within the next couple weeks. And yeah, until next time, see you guys.